Welcome to Luvnest's 13th series. 13 is an unlucky number, and it seems fitting that his challenger would be Jesulin. Jesus going up against Luvnest. Let's see if he can take Jeslin on. Jeslin, of course, playing as Soviets in Game 1. The map is Famenville Approach. You've got Jeslin with shock rifle tank hunter tactics and guard motor coordination against Luvnest's assault support, elite troops, and mechanized assault. So Luvnest got out the try-hard loadout for this series. He doesn't have close air support, though, interestingly enough. But no troll commanders here. He's gonna be... he's playing to win. Combat engineers go mid, take control of this victory point. Backpedal a little bit. He does wire off a little cover right there. Gonna go grab some strategic points. And conscripts are jumping this wall into this building here. These conscripts taking control of the north strategic point will move to take control of various territories later. Jeslin is going to just control this area for now. I wonder if he's going to go tier 1. He does like tier 1 a lot. I don't know if he likes it that much this patch, though. We'll see what he chooses to do. Might go with the scout car build, or maybe just a 4 conscript opening. We'll see. Combat engineers moving for the south. Fuel now. Continue wiring off cover where appropriate, and conscripts just continue to maintain vision over the center VP while this squad throws up some green cover on the munitions here in the north. Luvnest is also throwing down his fair share of barbed wire here on his fuel point before repositioning to grab the strategic point over there. Grenadiers heading south, middle,
Grenadiers ready.
and a third squad jumping onto the field now.
How can we help? We are ready.
We claimed it for the fatherland.
Pioneers. I felt that one go right by me. We are ready.
Grenadiers pull back away from the conscripts in the building once again. These grenadiers make their way towards the right side to try to flank these conscripts. Skipping past this squad, the conscripts jump through the building. Luvnest did wire off these approaches, but he didn't wire off the actual door to the house. So conscripts can still get through, and they will charge into close range on those grenadiers, dropping a model quite quickly. This squad of conscripts also moving up on those pios. It doesn't look like Luvnest can win this engagement, although these conscripts are going to have to reposition to assist in the engagement, and this squad will have to retreat soon, but the grenadiers retreat first. And Jeslin is actually going to reposition that squad rather than retreat, but I guess he didn't want to gamble on it. There they go. He could have maybe done some back capping with that wounded squad, but I guess he didn't want to risk it. This one will stick around and get control of the fuel. And this squad of combat engineers still has control of the fuel here in the south, plus conscripts have moved up to take control of the cutoff, so Luvnest will lose total map control here. He has no resources coming in. He does have 1 victory point, though, so he will at least slow his loss of VPs. With that, flamethrower upgrade on these combat engineers, getting into close range. Do get 1 kill. Pretty heavy damage on the rest of the squad, but he doesn't want to lose it, and will retreat right there.
We are ready for action.
Grenadiers making their way towards the cutoff to try and retake it. Conscripts leave the building. Looks like Grenadiers might take a bit of damage here. Conscripts set up in green cover against them at medium to long range. These conscripts will get suppressed by the MG42 right there, probably be forced to retreat. And these conscripts making their way towards this fuel point, easily win that engagement. Little bit of a late retreat by Luvnest. Little bit of a late retreat by Luvnest. There he goes. We'll be able to preserve that squad, and Luvnest is throwing a sniper on the field next, and we will see a 4 conscript into tier 2 build from Jeslin this game. No tier 1 plus healing has already been activated there in the base. MG42 setting up facing towards the road. Conscripts are going to take up a position inside of that building. Luvnest struggling to get back a little bit of map control. Jeslin taking control of the south VP to start a triple cap going against Luvnest, and he's already 70 points behind. The points are going to start ticking even faster. MG42 moves to cover the cutoff right here, and more infantry are rotating south and center. Jeslin sending 2 squads north now to try and push away all of Luvnest's efforts in this area. S-Minefield is going down on the point. Jeslin has only 1 combat engineer squad, and they do have a flamethrower, so no minesweeper for them. So this S-Minefield should be able to deny this approach to Jeslin. Probably spot it. That's pretty easy to see S-Minefield sign right there. He's going to reposition a little bit. Throws a demo charge down on the munitions and is now rotating back towards the center. The sniper is moving up along the road into this green cover. He will spot the conscripts in this building for the MG42 right there. Conscripts putting pressure on the sniper will force it to reposition. This grenadier squad is going to try and prevent these infantry from charging the sniper, but they'll only last so long with that flamethrower working on them. Conscripts soaking up all the damage so the flamethrower can stay in the fight. And Jeslin will lose his triple cap as Pyos take control of this point here in the north. Meanwhile, in the south, conscripts look like they lost an engagement against these grenadiers. Reposition a little bit for now. Let's see what they choose to do. Barbed wire going up here on the green cover in the north. Conscript squad will retreat. And there's a mortar on the field for Jeslin, which he will use to bombard the area where the sniper was, possibly also try and unseat that machine gun from its green cover position. No battle phase 1 from Luvnest yet. No commander selection from either player yet, as they just continue to work the infantry early game. But it is up to 2 CPs now, so they'll probably want to make a selection soon. Luvnest will stop the clock at 376 VPs, getting control of the south and north simultaneously, while Jesulin is reinforcing and healing in the base. 2 squads of conscripts making their way north now, and there's a very good chance that that's going to be a wiped Pyro squad when Jeslin gets vision up here. Grenadiers engaging here in the south against these conscripts. That's dead. Nicely done by Jeslin. Picks up Luvnest's only Pyro squad. He's going to have to replace that. Sniper moves with MG42 support here into the south. Grenadiers move to get control of the fuel and strategic points with Sniper covering from the rear. The mortar is repositioning to assist in that engagement. This machine gun still covering the cutoff. Grenadiers trying to engage against conscripts at long range, and they don't really have green cover, by the way, because they want to capture the point, and the barbed wire is going to deny that cover to them. So nice barbed wire placement by Luvnest. Tier 3 going up for Jeslin, who feels pretty comfortable in his fuel advantage to try and rush out that T-70, and it will, of course, be a very powerful counter to the sniper. He can locate it. Ooh, huge flame crits in that engagement. Double flame crit. That could be a wipe. Oh no! Run, little grenadiers. I think they'll get away. Bad luck for Luvnest right there, but they do get away, fortunately. This engagement in the north is not going in favor of those Grens. One conscript squad has to retreat, but Jeslin gets back the victory point and gets the clock ticking against Luvnest again, who is being forced completely off the battlefield on all fronts. Fresh squad of Pyos is fielded. Battle phase 1 in production now. Sniper is up to 3 kills at 8 minutes, which is awful. That's very bad. Hasn't been able to get very many safe shots off. Jeslin doing a good job of managing the threat of that sniper. Fresh combat engineer squad, by the way, will probably be able to get a minesweeper out. We've also got a minesweeper from Luvnest, doesn't want to explode on a demo charge twice. Conscripts jump into this building. There is a corner of the fuel point right here that they could take without exploding on an S-mine field, but he may not want to gamble on it since he might not be sure exactly where it ends. He can tell, by the way, if he looks very carefully, there's an S-mine field signed there, there, and there. If there's not one here, then that means this corner is safe, but I could see why he wouldn't want to take the chance without just bringing a minesweeper. Sniper might get caught a little bit here, depending on what happens. This squad of conscripts suppressed. This one will stop to put pressure on the machine gun and be forced to retreat, taking a lot of damage from grenadiers from the right flank, plus getting sniped. Sniper's up to 5 kills now. But the MG42 is forced from the building by this flamethrower. Conscripts are therefore able to move up and take control of the fuel point. There's a little bit of yellow cover in the circle thanks to the mortar, which is now barraging over here, I think. Minesweeper takes control of the north VP and throws some S-mines down on it as well. Grenadiers taking control of the munitions. Jeslin makes his way south of this squad of conscripts to get control of the victory point, and he's throwing a mine down on the fuel as well, while his opponent does not have vision, although I think that sniper might spot that happening. MG moving up into the building. Grenadiers making their way forward. Need to be careful of that mine. But Luvnest should be able to win this engagement, especially with the sniper supporting. There's the retreat from the flamethrower squad. Mortar is available to fire in the general area. Picks off one machine gun crew member. Flame crit on those grenadiers. They've got to get out of this engagement. There they go. And there is another S-mine field here in the north, but Jeslin has purchased double flamethrower, so he still has no minesweeper to clear these things up. But he could sweep mines with his T-34, which is just now hitting the field. T-34, of course, should also help him put a lot of pressure on that sniper. Luvnest is about to take control of both fuel points, though, so once he makes his way to battle phase 2... Interesting to see him skip tier 2, by the way. He's spending a lot of manpower and fuel on tech right now. But once he makes his way to battle phase 2, if he can hold both fuel points for a pretty significant amount of time, he should be able to get out of tank of his own reasonably quickly, but not as quickly, clearly, as Jesulin's. So Jeslin will have a brief window of opportunity where he's the only person with a tank on the battlefield. And there's a retreat from the sniper. Nice flank from the north by the conscript and flamethrower squad right there. T-34 is going to move straight in on the machine gun and crush its cover. There's the retreat. Luvnest is getting pushed completely off the battlefield as a result of that early T-34. Jeslin doing a good job at that to secure a lot of map control very quickly. This squad of conscripts just sitting in green cover in the north for now. This squad of conscripts setting up in green cover with the flamethrower to engage against grenadiers in the base. They tank a rifle grenade and then retreat. T-34 cleans everything Luvnest has completely off the battlefield. He's cut off right here. And the mortar is moving to do some backcapping plus a squad of conscripts right there. T-34 has rounded up everything back into the base and will probably continue to apply pressure in the center and north from here. The squad of conscripts can't stick around too long. It's falling pretty low, but they will get the cutoff captured before retreating. Mine going down in the road from these combat engineers while they have an opportunity to do so. And a fresh squad of conscripts is moving up to try and hold the cutoff in a green cover position. T-34 rotates north to sweep S-mines. That was an interesting little attack ground he just did. Trying to speed things up, I guess. Runs over the S-mines with the T-34. Conscripts jump into the capture circle to get it under their control.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Sweeping more S-mines with the main gun. He doesn't want to expose his T-34 to AT gunfire by actually running over all the S-mines, but fortunately his opponent's being sneaky and going straight for Panzer IV and then getting AT guns later. Jeslin doesn't know that, so he's just playing it safe for now. Sniper's up to 10 kills at 13 minutes. Still not very good, but catching up slowly. Minesweeper from Luvnest will sweep the mine in the road. Grenadiers in green cover push Jeslin back towards this house a little bit. The mortar hasn't done much this game. Once it's Vet 1, it'll have access to precision strike, but until then, it doesn't seem like it's had a very dramatic impact. Luvnest staying very mobile. There's the Panzer IV. Ooh, that was a good hit from the mortar right there on the machine gun. That's its first kill. T-34 takes a shot at the sniper. Little off target. T-34 is rotating south to force retreats. There goes the machine gun. That grenadier squad will be next. And there's the Panzer IV. No AT grenade research from Jeslin yet. No field gun either. He queues one up as soon as he sees the tank. No AT grenade research though.
We are losing a sector.
Sniper should be very careful. One lucky shot from that T-34 and it could be a dead sniper. I think. Pretty sure. T-34 takes a shot at the Panzer IV, bounces. Panzer IV takes a shot, penetrates. 2 bounces in a row for Jeslin. Bad engagement. T-34 is going to pull back for some repairs. There is a combat engineer squad right there. Demo charge on the point. Conscripts taking control of the South BP. Clock is still pretty much stopped. Hasn't moved much, but Jeslin's maintaining his 100 victory point lead. Grenadiers should not get in that building. Oh no, there's a flamethrower right there. Oh, that was damage. Wow, that was almost like an instant wipe. Ouch. This house is becoming very dangerous to occupy. T-34 moves up to try and take another shot, but another miss. Panzer IV gets another penetrating shot. No lucky hits for Jeslin at all, but his field gun is here to support. Still no tier 2 structure from Luvnest, so he has not got access to AT guns yet. That should give Jeslin a pretty distinct advantage now that there's a field gun available to support. We'll be able to get that T-34 repaired quite quickly. The engagement from the north is going to see 2 grenadiers taking control of territory. Conscripts grabbing the victory point in exchange to start the clock ticking against Luvnest quite quickly with a triple cap here in the middle as well. And that squad will be forced to retreat by a nice flank right there. Tellermine going down. Wonder if Jeslin will spot that with his second T-34. I think he is going to see that. That's a shame. Although he's not attacking ground. Yes, he is. Okay, nice sweep. For a second I thought maybe Jeslin didn't see that and that was just a rally point or something, but he saw it. Tellermine swept up. Ooh, that's mine. Detonates on those grenadiers, does a little bit of damage. Conscripts retreating right there. Grenadiers trying to work the center will take a bit of damage, maybe forced to retreat as well. Sniper has 16 kills at 16 minutes, so he is starting to catch up. Big flame crit. Oh, huge hit from the T-34 right there. Grenadier squad wiped. I think that's the first wipe of the whole game. That's how good their unit preservation has been. Oh no, the Pio's on the demo charge. I forgot about that demo charge. Still, that is pretty good unit preservation by both players. No wipes for Jeslin yet. T-34 falling a little. What happened right there? The Panzer IV just went down and got abandoned while I was checking stats. That's gonna just get destroyed. Nice play by Jeslin. 2 T-34s plus well-positioned field gun right there. And the Panzer IV goes down. By the way, no commander selection from either player. No commander selection. Both going core units only so far. 9 and 8 CPs each. But Luvnest does have access to elite troops this game. If he can hang on until 15 CPs, he can get that Tiger Ace out. And Luvnest going hard, and Jeslin going hard tier 3 may be left a little bit weak. And his build looks like elite troops, honestly. Panzer IV into Stug very much looks like elite troops. So we'll see what happens. Flamethrower taking control of the south. Munitions right here. T-34 firing at the machine gun right there. Will be forced away by that AT gun soon. Pulls back for some repairs. Conscripts have taken control of the north. VP and a triple cap is going against Luvnest again. I don't know if he's going to survive. I don't know if he's going to survive for long. Triple capped. 250 victory points remain. And there's the commander selection. He has gone shock rifle, which we know Jeslin is very comfortable with shock rifle. He uses it quite frequently. And I wonder what features he's intending to use. He's not fielded a squad of shock troops, so he locked that in probably just for the IS-2 later, which he doesn't quite have access to yet, but he will eventually. Stug circling center. MG42 suppresses these 2 squads of conscripts. They'll be forced away. T-34 here in the middle is also probably going to have to pull back a little bit. I think Luvnest activated troop training on this Stug because it's now a little over Vet 1, which will give it access to target weak points. That's a nice thing to have. Sniper is up to 18 kills at 18 minutes, still kind of a little slow. Might be able to pick off some stuff here in the middle, although he is taking mortar fire, so he's going to need to dance around a little bit. Here in the south, T-34 will get fully repaired. Here in the north, Grenadiers taking control of the strategic and victory points, and they'll be able to do so unopposed. Nothing to counter in that area as of right now. Jeslin mostly in his base with all of his conscripts, back for healing and reinforcement before he makes his next big push.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Let's try and keep the clock ticking against Luvnest as fast as possible. T-34 will be repaired soon, and this one's ready to go now. Jeslin will field 1 squad of shock troops to help him work the flanks. Demo charge going down on the victory point as well to apply further pressure to Luvnest. Late retreat on those Grens. T-34 catches them too. There's a very good chance of a wipe right here. T-34 shot off target, and the S-mine AoE is off as well. Grenadiers will get away lucky this time. Stug rotates this direction to assist. Suddenly it's Vet 2. Yeah, more troop training on that Stug to give it armor skirts. Wonder if that'll pay off. That's 50 fuel. Maybe. If he gets some lucky bounces from T-34-76s because of that troop training, and wins an engagement he otherwise would have lost, and that'll definitely have been a worthwhile purchase. We'll see what happens. Trying to play the odds a little bit. Fresh Grenadier squad in the south is going to slow the victory point drain on that victory point down there, but only 175 points currently remain, and Jeslin is applying huge pressure on all locations of this map. Luvnest will be forced to retreat by these forces. Sniper and Grenadiers running back into the base, and Jeslin is now taking control of this fuel and strategic point simultaneously, although he is doing so under machine gun and Stug fire. Might be a little bit dangerous. And there's still a few S-mine clusters here as well. Grenadiers retreat from the south under T-34 fire. They were probably vulnerable to that demo charge, but Jeslin didn't have vision, so he didn't gamble. The T-34 chases them off anyway, and he will activate secure mode to get that point captured and apply more pressure to Luvnest, who has only 162 points remaining. His machine gun just got cleared by the mortar. Mortar's Vet 1 and has access to precision strike. Ooh, lucky mortar right there from Luvnest. He likes getting that late game mortar, and it already paid off. Pops a flamethrower right there. Shock troops are in this general area to probably push away anything that tries for this victory point, plus a T-34 from the left flank. Also available to support. AT gun set up here. Stug also right there. Luvnest needs to try to take out some of Jesulin's more mobile counter-harassment units if he's ever going to get some map control back. Shock troops flanking a machine gun will force a retreat, and that AT gun is going to have to reposition as well. Over here on the left side, Grenadiers working on that flamethrower squad. Incendiary artillery just got dropped on the mortar to try and force more retreats and repositioning from these team weapons. And Luvnest is pretty much going to get forced back into his base completely. With the triple cap going against him and only 100 VPs remaining. He's up to 11 CPs and is still quite far away from the Tiger Ace.
Standing by. Squad at full strength. The enemy is down to 100 points.
100 points left for Luvnest. He's still triple capped. Conscripts taking control of the north fuel. Couple forces making their way back out of Luvnest base. Apparently a Grenadier squad got wiped and dropped a gun right there on the incendiary, I guess. Very expensive to be taking wipes at this point of the game. Or at any point of the game. AT grenade on that Stug does not penetrate. Thank you, troop training. Armor skirts. There's the IS-2 for Jeslin. This could be all that Jeslin needs to seal this game. 2 T-34s and an IS-2 is probably quite capable of taking on a Tiger Ace, honestly. Especially if the support gets killed before the Tiger Ace arrives, which looks like might happen. Sniper trying to work the center with Grenadier support. There's a lot of units for it to chew through. It's up to 23 kills, 23 minutes. Again, it hasn't quite pulled ahead, but at least it's probably, at this point, probably a good return on investment. But if it takes 24 minutes for your sniper to give you a return on investment, maybe it wasn't really worth it in the first place. 50 points remaining. What? T-34 just wiped Jeslin's own combat engineer squad. Wow. Clearly Luvnest planned that. Wow, brilliant play by Luvnest. Psychology right there to get Jeslin to wipe his own combat engineer squad. Wow. Stug taking long shots at that T-34. Luvnest has to try and deal with an IS-2 here in the north, which has not taken a scratch. Only 26 points for Luvnest. It doesn't look like there's any way for him to break through on any front. There's just no time. I don't think there's anything that Luvnest can do. He will not make it to Tiger Race. 6 points remaining. Grenadiers are forced to walk into the flames just to maybe... No, there's nothing Luvnest can do. GG. Wow. Great game. Well played by Jeslin. Fun to see Tier 3 versus Tier 3 battles always, of course. Jeslin had just better micro. Really textbook, solid play by him. Took out the Panzer IV, secured that advantage with his own tanks. He did, of course, bring in a shock rifle call-in. He didn't deviate from the meta that far. But, still, a lot of fun stuff this game. Hopefully we're going to see something just like that in Game 2. Well played, Jeslin.